So now I am in what is that tree? I'm in another village in England called Blankney. It's spelled B-L-A-N-K-N-E-Y, just in case my accent throws it off. Let's take a look at this beautiful tree right here. This looks like some kind of an oak tree, maybe. Y'all probably can't really see it that well, but it has purple leaves. And I just want to take a quick look at this. I don't know, maybe it's not oak. But that is gorgeous, I do know that. So this is a little village called Blankney. This is where my fourth great-grandmother, Jane Harrison, was baptized. She passed in 1854. Not exactly sure what year she was born. I do know it was in the 1770s. So we're going to look around in here and look at this big, beautiful church. These things like this help me memorialize things where I can research later and not have to double do what I'm doing now. So all of these villages I've shown you in the different videos are just a matter of 2 to 3 miles apart. So not very far at all. So we're going to go in here and look around, not in the church. I wish we could go in the church, but some of these churches are active, some aren't. I'll have to research more online about this one. But aren't they majestic? I mean, these churches in England are something else. They are so old. I mean, how many places in the United States do you ever see that are still preserved and used? So this is called St. Oswald Church. But sometimes they're open, sometimes they're not. We're going to look around the churchyard pretty quick, or I am. Y'all can come with me if you want to. We're going to look for any Harrisons, maybe. I'm not going to look at every one of them. Kind of run through. And just see if there might be a Harrison. These look like they're newer graves here. But I guess if we're going to find one, Harrison's going to be early 1700s, which may not exist, because sometimes that's just going to be so old that headstone's not going to be standing. Look at that. I got to get a picture of that. And I've never ever heard so many pigeons. I swear there's more pigeons than there's any other bird, at least around this area. Look at this stained glass. Here's an old building right here. Oh wow, these are covered up. This is different. I wonder what this is. I'm not going all the way up in here, but I just wanted to show you. So I don't know if you can see that maybe from the side of the cemetery, the front. Maybe that's an old home or something. Looks like it's partway in the ground. We may check that out. May walk over on the side and see if there's a road in the front or something. I don't know. And it's huge. Here's a chimney. You might be able to see a little bit. Huge chimney right there. Now you know that's 1800s for sure, if not older. Probably older than that. And then back through here, it kind of goes all the way back. I don't know what that is. Okay, enough. 1877. Wow, only 5 years and 5 months old. I don't see a name on this one that I can read. So Harrison is what we're looking for. Harrison. This is what I'm talking about back here too. I have to look this up online and read about it. So you see what I'm talking about? Back here behind that. It's like halfway in the ground on the front. Just makes you wonder what this used to be. Oh, nosy Rosie. I'm not going up in there. I wouldn't go up there anyway. And I've never seen so many rabbits. There's rabbits everywhere. So is there a name on this one? $1835. So here's the back side of this. So this might have been an old school or something, y'all. Who knows? Who knows? It's too bad there's not somebody around here who can tell you the history, you know? No Harrisons yet. What does this one say? So this is going to be an interesting grave. If you read the story right here, I'm going to try to read it to you in case you can't see it up close. These mosquitoes are worse than Florida. Hold on a second. You're not going to be able to tell, but I'm going to read it. To the memory of Florence, eldest daughter of the 3rd Duke of Switzerland, who was born April 18th, 1855, married November 1876, to Henry Charlin of Blankney, and died at Blankney after 20-something years illness on the 10th of October, 1881. So I'm going to leave that with you right there because there's a bee. And y'all know I don't do flying insects. And there's also some mosquitoes in here that are pretty bad. So here's the entrance to this one that we just looked at. Look at this gate, how pretty that is. Gorgeous church. So I don't know if this, well, I'm assuming this one's still active because it, there was the like dates of something on the door on the inside. Some more graves here. But from way back when, there's going to be more people out here than just what you're seeing here. Just not going to the very, very old ones. What year is this one? Can't tell. 1822? $1900. So you can imagine the 1700s ones probably are not here anymore. The headstones, that is. This one's 1916. Not seeing any Harrisons though. And that's where you have to research online and look it up. Go to the local historical society, check their records, and you'll definitely find, hopefully find, a list of the ones that are here in this cemetery. So that's what I'll have to do. So this way it just makes it easier for me to keep up with. Meaning like this church, and then remember when I see the video later. Look how pretty that is, y'all. Blankney, England, if you're watching for the first time. Lincolnshire. That's actually the state and not the county. Trying to get a good shot of this. Get a good shot of it, post it later. It's a pretty good shot there. I don't know how many of y'all like to research and look at cemeteries, look at the oldest graves. It all just tells history of a small place at one time. I'm just wondering what that building is back there. That I'm going to have to look up too. Now look how beautiful this one is. And then look at the metalwork here. I'm going to show you up close. I don't see any inscription. Oh, here we are. Jane Cartwright, 1904. So yeah, I'm sure that there's plenty more, but look how beautiful that is, y'all. And I thought England would be gloomy as far as overcast and things like that, and absolutely was wrong. It is not anywhere like that. At least not while we're here this time. Let's see if we can get a good shot of this one. Y'all can take this shot with me, right? We're going to get a good shot of this from this angle right here. I think that's pretty perfect. Show you this up close. A little bit of slow motion. Look at that. Look at these tiles. Or the shingles. Slate rock, I believe, in my humble, non-expert opinion. Cartwright, 1901, 1904. So yeah, the 1700s you're probably not going to find. And then look at this old door here too. Would this have been the door where the preacher goes through? I don't know. Where he enters the church. But take a look at this. You think that's probably several hundred years old? I would think so. And I'm not sure, but I believe so. And then look at the beautiful lock here. Take it up close at the hardware. Look how pretty that is. And then look at this stained glass. And then I think this might have been, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I'm thinking that might be where you'd wipe your feet off before you go in. Because y'all have seen that sort of thing before. That's what I think that is. Not this part, that's decorative, but I think this part right here might be that. If it isn't, y'all let me know. But it is rubbed down right there, so I bet that's what that is. Very old. So we'll go on to the next video. We'll see y'all later. Bye. I mean, just look at the detail of the water drainage too. I'll have to research and see what that building is behind those trees over there. Probably an old school. Did it start working? I don't think I took a picture or video of this door right here, so let's take a look at this real quick before we leave. We don't want to leave something behind. We want to be able to see it all. So it looks like that door at Spanby where that girl has made the old church that was no longer a church into a home. Looks kind of like her door, right? Very old. We'll see y'all later. Bye.